And we're live. Excuse me, let me put this up. All right. We are live with a late night ascension video. Attention, ascension members. Why am I telling you this? I didn't know this until like right now. This very second, I'm like, where is this all coming from? The planetary parade. Da 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 da. Play the circus music and here comes the parade. The parade of what? Lights, I guess, is a great thing to call it, but that's not exactly how it's gonna feel. You're gonna feel this. What's up, everybody? I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer. Thank you, Lord. Oracle, Lightworker, Starseed, Earth Angel, Mystic, Medium, Psychic, Witch, Yogi, Guru, Evangelist, North American symbol. I am your messenger of God, his first child, the Lilith reincarnated. We are going to talk about the Kabbalah Tree of Life and the Ascension Path. I'm not going to pull up their book. What's interesting is I have a book that breaks this down, and as we read it, like, what the fuck are you talking about, Beavis? I've already took the path. I'm here to teach you the path. I really like this card. This is my new card at the altar, but I'm a little concerned about the visual, so I keep trying to, not put too much of it out there. Why? Because I've seen other tarot readers be like, oh, this picture's too spicy, and YouTube doesn't like the spicy. It's like, YouTube lets a lot of spicy shit go. But in essence, they don't like spicy cards, so I don't know if that's too spicy for them. So we're going to use that map that's right in front of you. If I need to go back, we'll go back. I'm going to use this as a pointer. We are going to talk about, in the Kabbalah Tree of Life, I've taught a lot of this. Hey, are you paying attention, Wolfman? This breaks down to Vedic astrology, right? Pull out the map. This is why I'm teaching you. Where did this come from? I mean, I was literally just outside jamming, and then I got this huge download to come teach all of this. And I didn't know exactly where it was coming from until I sat down right now and realized there's a planetary parade. Meaning you need to know what these planets are coming in to do to you. Vedic astrology. Ta-da! Same shit. Different map. Different language. Same shit, different language. Sort of. The planets are, more or less. So we can use the different maps to map out what's happening. What's happening? Okay. So, according to Vedic astrology, natal chart, this all has to do with Metatron. We're really getting close, and I'm able to turn it into words quite quickly. I have noticed that the downloads have to come through a sleep chamber. I'm doing way more sleeping than I ever did before. And after I wake up, I'm filled with all this information like never before. So I know that's where they're giving me, probably because the information, I told you, he blew my mind, and then it fucked up my body, so they had to find another way. The same thing happened with the Palladians, bro. They blew my body, and they had to find another way. So I guess the way is to just go to sleep. Put her to sleep, and then we'll put all this information in her. Fair enough. So I woke up with all this fucking crazy-ass information that I'm about to give to you. It's not new, it's just better organized. So, you see these marks, right? These are planetary symbols, for everybody new. According to Vedic astrology, according to natal charts, according to how it works, is the moment you were born, placed here on Earth. This is Earth. Here's the moon, right? Here's Venus. Here's Mercury. Here's the Sun. Here's Jupiter. Here's Mars. Here's Saturn. And Neptune. I thought it was Neptune. But then they said it was Uranus, and then they said all this shit, but obviously that is Neptune. Then up here, this is what's interesting. They didn't have one up there, but mine shows Pluto. Right? So, according to this, and this is how your birth chart is made. According to Jewish mysticism, right? That's where the Kabbalah Tree of Life, Jesus was a Jew. They had all of this in their teachings prior to Jesus. You came from up here, and as you came through, you had so much of this in your chart when you were born. Okay? Now, I want to show you that these planets are over here, minus this one. It wasn't part of it. Right? So, here's our sun. I guess you do need this still. Right? The sun is in the middle with the virtues. Here's your sun. Here's your moon. Here's Jupiter. Venus, Mars. Your north and south node depends on your personality, where you're moving. Either you're moving upwards or downwards. And then there's your Saturn. See, so this one wasn't here. right? So in essence, what happened? The planets later came into, so those planets weren't part of our solar system. They were pulled in later and had later effects on us, and that's the evolution. They need more. They need more. So, currently this week we have a planetary parade, and these planets are going to come through and push out all of this onto you. Now, what does that mean? I'm going to use something else to teach you that. Keep up with me if you can. This is my Black Moon Lilith. These are, my Bible cards. I have a Bible book, and I have Bible cards, and I have, if there's certain stuff that I use, it's this. So this teaches you all kinds of shit. I'm going to teach you about the planets that you're going to face. And then we also had a new moon in Virgo. We can use these cards to, there it is, to talk about that. Give me a second. Just trying to get the planets together. There's all kinds of teachings in here. So as to the planets that are going by, I'm not really sure. I can't remember. It's 7 of them. I'd venture to say it's the original 7. I would venture to say it's the original 7. Now here's the interesting thing that I'm catching. Again, I'm just paying attention. That's what we're supposed to do. Every year, every time we can, we catch more information. So I'm noticing that this is happening right aligned with our Egyptian calendar. So we have 5 days of clearing obstacles, right? Is what I pulled out in our 10-day forecast. And then the next 5 days are the arrival of the 5 top gods in Egyptian calendar, 1 for each day. Right? So this was representations of deities. And so the planets themselves are deities. So it's kind of like, whoa. They said they were coming. And they come in the form of the energy of the planet that's pushed across the sky. It's like they really did see them. They really felt them. They knew when they were coming. They could see them in the sky. And that's what it goes back to ancient Egypt, is we're placed back in the sky for humanity to be with to be with humanity for all times. So, it's really interesting. Now, according to your natal chart, right? According to Vedic astrology, based on where the planets were, here's this little chart, where they were when you were born, can determine what you had done in your past lives and what you were here to do. It's a whole blueprint of what you're here to do in this life. This is why this is very critical not to share this type of information with just anybody, right? Your natal birth chart. And what is that? That is an astrological chart that's based on your birth time and place. You need to know the exact place and the exact time of day to the minute of where you were born. And then they know, based on the planets, where they were in the sky, what you're made of. Really? So regardless to what you're made of, there's another way to know this. You also have your 12 houses, right? Is what they talk about. And that would be down here, the basic meaning of your 12 houses. So right now, we're going into a new house, which would be what? Virgo. Right? So, as these planets move through what Virgo is in our house, it's going to bring up certain things. So, in essence, we can see our healing on a chart. We can see our push on a chart. We can see our struggles on a chart. We can see all of it. It already was charted before we got here. It was I'm hearing something from, it was a star chart to get home. Connect the dots is what I'm hearing, all these little jokes. Okay, so there's Hindu belief, and there's Jewish belief. Then we have astrology and all this other shit. So put it all together. So, I told you that I am currently here in my Saturn. I've been in Saturn with Metatron for, well, I don't know, forever. Because it wasn't just Metatron that got me in there. It was, I was moving through there. I knew when I went from here to here. I knew when I got stuck in a new reality with Metatron. And that's when I was in Saturn. So let's talk about Saturn. Now, in order for you to get to where I am consciously, you have to work through all of your planetary. And that's every time you go into one of your houses and every time the planet moves around. That's what you don't understand, is your houses are part of a planet. It takes usually 2 signs to make up a planet. For example, like I explained today, Mars is made up of Aries and Scorpio. Jupiter is made up of Pisces and Sagittarius, right? Venus is made up of, I believe it was Taurus and Libra, or some shit like that. Mercury is Gemini and... we'll get into it. It's in these cards. My memory's still, and that's what it is. If my memory serves me, it serves what it wants to. It's keeping the right information, get rid of the wrong information that's just taking up space. Space and time. Okay, so let me go into Saturn, and I'm going to work you through this. I know Saturn is going across that sky. So it is going to teach you that the golden life comes from age, hard work, discipline, and structure. When Saturn shows up, it's time for you to put in time, effort, and sweat. Where have you cut corners? Saturn is asking you to stay the course to alchemize your soul's lead in gold. Saturn in astrology brings harsh lessons, limitations, restriction, time, and wisdom. So since I've been up here, I'm facing what? Harsh lessons, my limitations, my restrictions, the absence of time, and I'm gaining all wisdom. It rules over the earth sign of Capricorn. Who have I been talking about nonstop? Is that you, Lewis Hamilton, my Capricorn? And the air sign of Aquarius. Do I have an Aquarius? I don't know. I'd have to look. I don't believe so. Uh-oh. Don't be calling in something you don't have. Capricorn is associated with the authoritative and hierarchical Saturn, while Aquarius invokes new structure, innovation, and the future. Now let's think about this. Quite simply, what was our last full moon? Wasn't it a full moon in Aquarius? Can't even make this shit up. And that's where it is. It's like we just didn't know. Everything's on schedule. We just didn't know the schedule. Get with the program. Saturn is associated with the archetype of Father Time and was the final outer planet of ancient astrology prior to the modern planets, see? Which was Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Therefore, Saturn is associated with reality, boundaries, and limitation. Saturn, known as Cronus, and that's what I have. No, I don't have a Cronus. I have a Cernunnos. Cronus, by the Greeks, was a harsh deity but in ancient Rome mythology who ate his own children out of the fear of being overthrown, which I just watched this story. It was called The Wrath of the Titans, where Poseidon let Cronus, which was their father, loose, and he was out to destroy them. It was their power that overheld him. It's like, dude, you're fucking kids, man. You fucking made these monsters. All right, moving on. While Saturn can be difficult to handle as a maleficent planet, one that brings hardship and difficulty, it can also be a positive force in transforming our lives. This dark astrological energy can show us where we need to learn difficult lessons and face reality. So that's where I've been. It's like, this isn't even on time. It's every day now. Every day I gotta face harsh lessons. My age. Discipline and reality. It's making me grow up, Alright, well, that's where I am. Now, let's see. I'm seeing Uranus, but I'm not worried about that. Let's talk about Mars. Right? Let's talk about your Mars energy. Number what? 26. Alright, so today is a Mars day. Mars is the cosmic divine masculine and loves to initiate action, lead, compete, and come out on top. If you felt stagnancy in your life. Now, just that alone. That's... Okay, we're going to talk about the signs that are ruled by it, but then again, we're still in this fucking energy. Who else is just like that? Could that be you, Louis? Is Lewis working through his Mars energy? When Mars is present, the universe is ready for you to move forward. A supportive masculine figure could also be coming into your life to assist you. That would be nice. One caveat about Mars energy is a need for dominance and power struggles, and can come up now. And that's where it is. I told you, I was in my Emperor power struggles and shit. I had to surrender. I had to submit to get here. Just to learn more harsh lessons. This is some bullshit. This is not what I thought was going to happen. Remember, let's see. Remember to practice patience. In astrology, Mars is the planet of action, drive, sex, aggression, passion, physical strength, and how we get things done. In Roman mythology, Mars is the god of war, the military, and agriculture, so it rules over the fire sign of Aries and the water sign of Scorpio. Bow, bow, bow. I had to balance the fire and the water. What'd I do? I don't know. I felt like I doused both of them, if you ask me. Aries is the explosive and physical action-oriented side, where he's always doing shit. And Scorpio represents the strategic and passionately reactive side, where he's always running away from shit, because he's always reactive to everything I say and do. In astrology, means one wants to fight, and the other one wants to flight. This is never going to work out. It's not a good planet for me. I need to get off this planet. In astrology, it's considered a personal planet, meaning that it appears prominent in your outward personality. Are you full of drive? I am. I'm a fire sign. It can also describe how we like to activate us and how we react to anger. And that's what I told you. He doesn't fight, he fights. The other one, he wants to fucking raise his voice in his fucking tarot reads. Hey, remember that shit, Marshall? Hey, dude, those videos were intense. You really got upset in those videos. I do it too. That was funny. I was like, oh shit. He's got a passive-aggressive side. Look at this. This is scary. Telling Marshall like he have one. When you're doing something that you are passionate about, it increases your manifestational power. What are you passionate about? Anyways, moving on. You can look that up in your chart. Prepare for fiery, passionate time of creation. Sex is a positive outlet for you right now. See what I mean? I had two options here. I need another option. Is there a plan C? Can I get a D? A or B? You mean Dumb and Dumber right now? This is some dumb shit, bro. You get a fuckboy. Which fuckboy do you want? They're both washed up in their 30s fuckboys. Which one you want? Man, which one smells worse? I don't want that one. Isn't that fucked up? That's some fucked up shit. It's the worst. It's like voting for president. Like, who's the worst of these two? That's what I said. If I'm gonna that's what I told him. I was like, I might as well have gone with the professional fuckboy. He still makes a profession out of this. You've long forgotten how to fuck, boy. I'm hurting their feelings again. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. And there's Marshall. He's laughing. Until I get to you. I'll deal with you in a little bit. Mars bars. Jesus Christ. Alright, so we have Mars coming through the sky. It's going to fuck with your drive. Mercury came back in and it wants to talk some truth in your life. When the Mercury Oracle card appears, it's time for you to tap into the alchemy of your thoughts. Bro, first you got to deal with your feelings, then you deal with your thoughts, which is your swords. This is dumb. I can't stand you guys. Really? Yeah. You have your thoughts, your feelings, your heart. You got to work through all of this. It's a lot of work. Anyways, tap into your thoughts, speech, and written word, which in essence is your throat chakra, right? All is mind, and your words are spells that fashion the masterpiece of your reality. And that's what I was like, oh man, I already said that out loud. You guys are going to have booty burn or something similar. This is the Hermetic universal law. I was like, bring it back, bring it back. You can't. You can't take that back. All you can do is ask for forgiveness. You can't take back your words, bro. All you can do is ask for forgiveness after what's said and done. Hey, that came up to me in the car. I shared that. It's like, be yourself. I was, and now everybody's scared of me and I need a lawyer. This is what I posted. It doesn't matter how much you love me, bro. You are terrified of me. Why? I think it has something to do with my magical abilities. I'm trying to train everyone to be this magically delicious too. So you're going to have to fear a lot of people when this is all over. But in the essence, yeah, they're totally scared. If I piss her off, God's going to get me. Or she is. She's very dangerous. I am not. Don't play no games. Don't start no shit, won't be no shit. You guys is some stupid shit, dude. Yeah, they're hella scared. I guess I never saw nothing magically and nothing real magical in my life either. But in essence, you know what it's for. If I had those powers. You don't have them because you're doing stupid shit like that. When you receive this card, what does it say? Your thoughts and words create frequencies and vibrations that attract people, places, and things into your life. That's it. I'm giving off this very high vibrational love that, like, it's attractive. It's attracting the ones that, you know, and it repels the other ones, bro. That's really the truth. And that's something simplistic as Bobby. He thought I was great when I was just, you know, a singer and songwriter. He thought I was really something to look up to. A lot of people liked me in other forms of myself, you know? But as I became the priestess, a new level of love for myself and for others, and a service to God, and a moral ethical code that came with it, they didn't like it, bro. People don't like that. They don't like, the closer I get to God, the more I lose people, because I don't know why they don't want to get close to God. The refusal of it, the disgust, they just don't. Like, they just want you to stay the way that you were. I like the old you. I like the old Slim Shady. I like the old Russ. I guess, whatever. When you receive this card in an oracle reading, that's it. They're just afraid of what I've become. They want me to go back to, you know, nothing. To be like them. Everybody just wants you to be like them so they can feel comfortable around you. But when you're not like them, they don't feel comfortable. They feel like they have to compete, or they're not worthy, or you're superior or something. It's like, would you feel better if I just walked around in a nun suit? Like, does that make you feel better? Does that make the situation look better as far as me living in, you know what I mean, community housing and the way I live? Is that what you need? You need me to wear this perception for you to understand what I am? And why is it a bad thing? Do you go around cursing all nuns? Women can't just turn to God in the middle of their life and become a servant of God? And still have, you know, the desire to have a family and shit? That's like saying that men can't. Y'all be on some weird shit. In the essence of, you're scared of what? Of the unknown? Well, come fucking learn some shit. When you receive this card in an oracle reading, the opportunity to speak publicly or step into the spotlight is also coming. I am trying to keep it low-key. And that's where it's like, I keep offending people and they keep leaving. I was like, I still got it in me. I was like, we're still pushing people away. We're still doing good. And the essence is like, I've been running for it for years. I know what my job is. My job is to stand up and tell everybody what the fuck is up. But we'll just start with you guys, and we're literally moving on up to the west. I'm not going to get freaked out when they say that, is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to calm my ego. The ego has seen it. The ego sees the future and is afraid of the future because of what it's seen happen in the past, which is exactly what we're talking about. The persecution upon me for being a priestess. It's unbelievable. And in the essence, it's like, if I, you know what I mean? With all the powers I have, you know, am I really going to turn on a hater? Am I really supposed to use this power just because of your lack of understanding? I'm supposed to get so offended that you're an idiot that I'm supposed to hurt you with my power because you're an idiot? And that's where it goes back to Wolfman. I'm supposed to attack you because you attacked me? You didn't even attack me, idiot. Just saying. While I'm over here teaching everybody how to banish attacks and how to overcome them. That's what I do. I'm a two-timer. I do both of them. I play both sides. I mean, I guess. I'm not against binding someone's chakra and making them face their shadows. I do it in the name of God, not in some fucking, you know, pursuit of my own fucking happiness that this is gonna make me feel good, watch you suffer. No. Be confident in your voice and don't be afraid to share your ideas with the world. Yeah, everybody, that last video irritated people, past lives, and you don't know nothing. Hey, bro, I'm just telling you what it is. You can choose to believe or not. This is a place of belief. If you can't believe, go somewhere else with your non-believing bullshit. This is just the beginning. I'm going to tell you all kinds of shit you can't believe. I'm here to give you the apple of knowledge and wisdom of the gods. Everything beyond this world. It would be helpful if you could teach me what the fuck is going on in this world, because this makes no fucking sense to me. Harness it by channeling your thoughts in the direction of your dreams. Mercury is the messenger, master communicator, wordsmith, and cosmic magician. The planet Mercury is associated with the Greek god Hermes, known as Thoth in Egypt. Hermes or Thoth, we're still doing a huge Egyptian teaching this week. Probably Thursday, because it's the best day of the week for that type of shit. It's a good teaching. was the scribe of the gods and the patron of writing. And then you go back to Metatron. Who was Metatron? Enoch. So again, he was nothing more. All of us prophets are nothing more than messengers of God. Who am I? Lilith, the messenger of God. Shut up, bro. Seriously? I mean, in essence, he takes away my power of saying, just running around saying, I'm God's goddess, I'm God's goddess, I'm God's goddess, I'm God's... No, I'm God's messenger. We do what he says. But you have all the powers of God. Yeah, powerless to his saying. That's what a good goddess is. Come on, do what God says. We're just supposed to use this to, love you through the bullshit he's teaching you. In astrology, Mercury represents communication, thought, and speech. It is the closest planet to the sun, fastest moving planet in the solar system. It rules over the air sign, here we go, of Gemini and the earth sign of Virgo. Told you. Just want to point out, who am I dealing with? Well, we got a Virgo. So I'm just saying, as we go through this, look at what happens. So who's the Virgo? I just learned was, fucking Morgan. Morgan's a full-ass fucking weird-ass Virgo. I was like, oh. And then fucking Diana had to tell me all about her Virgo placement and shit like that. So I had to learn about that. Gemini's got plenty of experience with that. My ex-husband was a Gemini. Two-faced motherfucker. Just kidding. Mercury, let's see. Gemini rules over the social side of Mercury, while Virgo is more analytical. Yeah, whatever. Mercury in your chart determines how you channel information from your imagination into the physical world. Right? So where are you doing with all these thoughts? What are you doing with the messages God is giving to you? Do you know how to communicate them? Get you some throat chakra. All right, let's move on. Bink, bink, bink. Let's talk about Jupiter. It's my favorite. So tomorrow is Mercury Day. Tomorrow is a Wednesday. The days are ruled over. They actually rule a lot of the hours of the day too. And that's where we could really break into this, but I don't break into it that much. We will eventually. I'll help science and all this bullshit. But Mercury is on a Saturday. So now or on a Wednesday. So now we're moving on to, I'm seeing 55. Jupiter, which is on a Thursday. Thirsty Thursday. What number is that? What channel? It's a positive sign from the universe when Jupiter shows up. Jupiter is the 5th planet from the sun, the largest in the solar system. Just like its physical size, it manifests growth and expansion as it moves and speaks with the other planets in your chart. Meaning, it blows up everything else in your chart. It expands it, bro. It's the gas. It adds gas to the fire, bro. It adds gas to it, right? Just know it as that, okay? Jupiter is here to light the way towards progress. You can feel the urge to delve into spiritual and shadow work practices and have an opportunity to teach others. The planet in general. 1-800 General now. Jupiter represents knowledge and higher perspective you gain from spiritual ascension. When it appears, expect new people, places, and experiences to come into your life and elevate your conscious. Now, going back to the Bobby thing, it's still the vaporization of it. Go back a couple weeks. I said I wanted something else. I told the universe, no, I don't want this. I want something more. So then it comes back and it tests you to make sure you still want it. Why? Especially someone like me, because I go back and forth in my wants. No, I really want this. And then I'm like, no, I didn't want that. And they're like, well, I don't know what you want. Give her what she doesn't want, and then we'll see what she wants. Does the universe treat you like that way too? It's just the way it is. This card appears with new people, and that's what it is I've already been manifesting something new. But they got to keep bringing in the old to make sure that I don't, you know what I mean? I don't still want the old. Places and experiences. Travel can be incredibly healing for you at this time. You're catching that in all of the cards. You're catching all these planets in the cards. You just don't know them as the signs. So as you're catching, you know what I mean, Virgo and Gemini, you're literally picking up. I'm catching a Virgo or a Gemini. When you say that to me, I hear Mercury. I'm catching it could be an Aries or a Scorpio. I hear Mars. When you say a Pisces or a fucking Sagittarius, I hear Jupiter. And that's where it is you know more. It's more knowing. And I'm talking about how they pull out the tarot cards and they can pull out the signs. All right, ancient Roman mythology, Jupiter is the king of the gods known as Zeus. He's controlled by this, he controls the sky, thunder, and weather. Jupiter is the optimistic fire sign of Sagittarius. By definition, I'm always optimistic. I'm a Sagittarius. By definition, I am cutthroat. I am adventurous. I am a fly and go type of person. I will say things without any understanding of how bad they might hurt your feelings. I am completely the truth. I am always on an adventure, always on the move. I don't know if that's all Sagittariuses or just, the November Sagittariuses. I don't know. Because that's my daughter, too. She's a 27, and she's just this, too. Alright, so anyways, and the intuitive water sign of Pisces, with each representing one part of the planet's two sides. So again, you have fire and water. Alright, Sagittarius invokes the lucky, expansive half. And then you go back to, what did we just talk about? Mercury. Mercury is air and earth. Right? Start learning this. Sagittarius invokes the lucky, expansive half, while Pisces invokes the spiritual, intuitive, and imaginative side. Right? And so that you can hear, I'm fully Jupiterian. In your birth chart, your Jupiter can indicate how you create wealth, experience, and growth in your life. It reveals what comes easy to you, what your talent is, and your key to abundance. What is mine? If I can believe it, I can achieve it. I just have to tell the world what I want. I just have to tell them. Seriously, all I have to do is say it, think it. I'm way past this, and that's my manifestational powers. So I went through my moon, which is all the nodes of my moon, which is all my different feelings. I went through learning how to communicate. I went through all of my levels of love to find my sun sign, who I really was. That made me, you know what I mean? What's this? This is your solar plexus. This is your confidence, bro. Right? I love Jupiter. So every time I come over here, I'm real expansive. I'm blown up with myself, and I'm full of possibilities, and that's when I manifest the most. Plan most of my shit on a Thursday. It's a good day. Things can grow. If I want to plan any kind of appointment that I want to work out to my effect, I put on the Thursday. Right? Mars is Tuesday. It's equally as powerful. You're in that drive, bro. So I do a lot of my shit on Tuesday. If I try to make appointments, shit that I know I don't want to do, I know I'll have the energy to do it on a fucking Tuesday. Problem is a Friday. Why? Because it's the heart. The heart. So Venus brings all of the heartache to the fucking surface. Means it pushes you into love, but then right there when you're, in a loving thing, you'll drop to the bottom of your pits and face all the unlovingness. It's the scales. And if they're not balanced, bro, they flip real hard. You can be full of love or full of empty, deprived of love. I wouldn't say empty, but just this loveless feeling. And that's where all of that hurt can come from, like rejection, loneliness, depression, and shit like that. So Fridays fucks with the heart. And that's what pushes me to a Saturn day. It can happen as soon as the fucking moon, or as soon as the moon comes out on Jupiter, because it's time to expand. What expands? My heart. And you'll see it. I'll be real high, full of myself, to go real low. And in essence, I'm facing, harsh lessons. So there's Saturday. So I have this singing song to it. It's Friday then, Saturday, Sunday, what? That's where it is. It's like, oh God, here it comes. So we talked about that. We talked, Pluto is endings Venus. Let's talk about Venus, because it'll definitely move through. Love and abundance. Number 25. We're almost there, and I'm going to end on this. Venus makes life easier, beautiful, and joyful. She's a sprinkle of cosmic glitter in the life of the party. When this card appears, the opulent energy of Venus is sashaying into your life. Expect financial breakthroughs, romantic improvements, and the desire to change your aesthetic appearance. If you've dealt with any relationship challenges, Venus brings peace. If you have an important negotiation or judicial matter in your life, the scales will tip in your favor. In Roman mythology, Venus is the divine feminine goddess of love. That's only in Roman mythology. You go to biblical studies, Lucifer was the morning star, Venus. You go back to ancient Egyptian, don't get me started on the morning star. You know what I mean? It depends on where you studied it. And then, you know, even Vedic astrology. Who did they put as Vedic astrology? I feel like Jupiter, Mercury, Radu. Doesn't show who it is. Sharuka. I don't know. It could have been anyone. It could have been Lakshmi. It could have been Parvati. It could have been. It just depends. Anyways, but moving on. Divine feminine goddess of love, relationships, beauty, fertility, harmony, material worth, and abundance. And that's where it is like you can challenge these. Your deity could be different for that planet. And that's where it is. Well, are you sure? The planet Venus is called the morning star, and it is the bright magnetic light that is visible in the sky at dawn. In astrology, Venus is the planetary ruler of harmonious air sign Libra. So you have air and earth, and Taurus. I told you. Is associated with equality, balance, art, and beauty, romance, love, and aesthetics. That's what I said. Taurus are a little bit too much. If there was a sign that I could read just off the fucking paper, you are high maintenance. You need a lot. Listen to this. Associated with, okay, Taurus, Libra is associated with equality, love, art, and beauty, romance, and aesthetics, where Taurus invokes sensuality, abundance, luxury, fertility, elegance, and nature. I feel like both of you need a lot. You need a lot. That's a lot. Venus represents what we find attractive, how we manage our finances, and what we enjoy. And that's where it is. It's like you look at Russ, right? Russ is this. He's associated with art, beauty, romance, love, and aesthetics. Okay. How can that be? You look like an idiot today. Sorry. You're wearing your Selena shirt and then your wild fucking, bandana. You look like a total pirate, bro. How can you have anything to do with fashion when you can't even dress properly? And then your girl's just sitting there, letting you, get on the phone looking like an asshole. That's just what it is. You guys just let each other look like assholes out here. You should care more about your appearance in that sense. I always tell you about this. And I'm not one to care about appearances, but it's in your natural your natal chart to give a shit about yourself. Give a shit about yourself, Russ. Shit. And as far as Taurus, that was Sophie, and she was over the top. Venus represents what we find attractive, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so is there anything else we need to talk about? Your moon, which is your intuition and emotional healing. We're going through all those charts. Teach you the moon magic all the time. I think we'll stop there, and the sun. Your virtues. What's your sun sign? Sun, moon, rising. Well, I mean, you want to be in your sun and not in your moon, and none of that. You need to balance this whole chart. So, I really enjoy pulling this all out and making fun of freaking Wolfman, because he came out so educated and he knew something about Jewish mysticism so much that he wanted to tattoo this on his back. It's like, you haven't even got here. You swear you're this guy. You swear you know anything about this, but you're still here. You have not dealt with your feelings and emotions. So basically, you're still here on Earth. Earthling. And it's just as irritating as looking at fucking Lewis with, Metatron's cube tattooed on his arm, with all the symbols and all the signs and all the wonders. I mean, maybe you just needed to, maybe you're my chart. Come here, take your clothes off. Let me point at you. He's a sexy model map. He's the map of the... I'm just playing with you, Lewis. I swear I can't say it, dude. You've been selling yourself short for a long time. How tall are you, Lewis? Just kidding. 6'5". He's 5'6", but the money makes him look 6'5". The money makes you look very small, bro. It's not helping. I can't stand you. Moving on. I still love you guys. You see that I'm still friendly with you, right? You're very funny. You're just not attractive in that way. You're funny, just not attractive. It's like Kanye. He's funny, just it's not a sexy look. Logic, he's hilarious. It's just not a sexy look. It doesn't turn me on. Your humor doesn't turn me on. That's exactly what I told Bobby. I was like, you're not funny, bro. Your jokes are not funny. Moving on. There are many layers in your astrological DNA. The understanding your sun sign is a good place to start. When this card appears, confidence, joy, and time in the spotlight is on its way. It's time to move into the truth of who you are and align with your soul's purpose. That was the post. Be the real you. Okay, I did that, and now everybody's scared of me, and I need a lawyer. That's what Aquarius is about, or Leo too. It's about, oh, maybe, was it? No, it was a fucking full moon in Aquarius, wasn't it? Maybe it was Leo. I don't know, but it's about waving your freak flag and just honoring your individuality. Just be the pirate that you are. You look at my guys, and it's like, gosh, no wonder. And we're a whole bunch of Goonies, bro. It's so stupid. It's like, geez, we are super fucking orphaned out here. No one of us are any more connected to this world. Not even of this world. Looking at Royce. Yeah, Royce is a normal guy. Yeah, I'm sure he is. As he's sitting there with no words, just staring at you like, what the fuck are you thinking? That's pretty much all of us. We're the most judging people. We just sit there like, huh? But why? Huh? And what? And who? Let me talk about this on... Somebody pass me the mic. We got something in common. In the essence, we're all weirdos. How about you? The sun rules over the fire sign of Leo, and Leo loves bringing the center of attention. The sun is is at the center of the life force of our solar system. See that sign? See that sign? See it? This is how it all goes. It all channels through here. God force. In ancient occult and spiritual tradition across the globe, the sun was highly worshipped, with the deities invoking its energy. In alchemy, your sun sign represents your spiritual gold and inner light. The bright star is an luminary and provides with energy that's needed to sustain life on Earth. Without interplay between the nurturing Mother Moon, reflecting our vibrant rays, of Father Sun, there would be no life. It is a delicate dance between divine feminine and masculine on Earth. The sun is a personal planet, so depending on your unique birth chart, its traits are easily visible in your personality. Understanding where your sun sits within your chart provides a map of how you access the part of yourself. In ancient alchemy, the sun placement in your natal chart can help you understand your higher self and align with this energy. The following guide, and that's where it is. In the beginning, I used to get all these downloads and dirty jokes and all this shit, and I was like, it must be somebody else. Who's saying all this? And I was like, guys, it's me. It's my higher self. It's not an outside entity. It's me. It's a part of me. Now I can pull it out real easy. I'm like, my Callie wants to talk to me. My Isis wants to talk to me. We need to go to my Morgan cards. I know what higher part of me is trying to get across to me. It's trying to pour into me at this time. Right? And that's what's important, is to know your higher selves. Why? Because you were more than one self. You selfish motherfucker. Just kidding. Understanding where the sun sits in your chart, blah, 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 provides a map of how to access this part of yourself. In ancient, yeah, we already read all this. And you can get these cards to find it in your chart, and you can just look in your chart. So in essence, we've got all of this going on, and it's about to hit you. It's going to bring all of this stuff up. So they teach you all these different lessons. I didn't bring out Uranus, which is the spark of genius and ascension. And I didn't bring out Pluto, which is endings and regeneration. I actually want to talk about this for a second, because the chart says that Pluto's right here. Right? It says, excuse me. I haven't seen this before. So from here to here, right? We talked about, and that's where it says, like, Neptune is magic, intuition, and illusion. Let me explain this as we move up this chart. That's where I have still to go. 30. And then you know what I mean? I'm already a master alchemist, and I've learned the 12 gates. I haven't got through all the gates, though, as you see through the Tree of Life. Or I have, and I haven't, you know what I mean, mastered them, is what they're saying. Okay, what am I looking for now? Pluto. Neptune. You are a master magician. When the Neptune card shows up in an oracle, the universe wants to remind you of your supernatural power. Take time to dive into spiritual alchemy and manifestational practices. That's all Neptune was about. When we work with our imagination and treat fantasy as reality, the universe can pick up on exactly what we want to create and synchronicities to make it happen. And that's what I said is I just have to tell the universe what I want. And that's why I sit here not wanting. Because then the wanting creates. Your silent, you know what I mean? Your silent desires creates. Neptune is the planet of illusions, dreams, and spiritual unknown, psychic abilities, creativity, deceit, and seclusion. As Neptune moves through the sky, it connects with the other planets, creating fantasy, bending reality, and can cause what's once deemed solid in our lives to dissolve. Roman mythology, Poseidon. That's what I was looking for. And let's see, Neptune is the modern planet ruler of the water sign Pisces. It is a generational planet. See, it's only ruled by one. So Pisces are ruled by Neptune and Jupiter. That's interesting. That's interesting. Wow. Why? Because of what they're made of. The two planets, there's no true substance to either of those planets. Both of those planets work off of the other planets. So Pisces has to work off of everything else. Ouch. That's a hard thing to work with. That means it doesn't have any structure. It's a planet of illusions. And then you have Neptune, Jupiter, which is a planet of expansion. So in essence, it's just expanding your fucking... I'm seeing... Is your mom a Pisces? Just saying. It's like you have no sense of reality. Worse than an Aries, I suppose. You're expanding your imagination too far. There's no grasp on it. It's blowing it up. I told you, Jupiter blows everything up. It expands everything from the other planets that you're already working with, right? So when I'm in Jupiter, I'm expanding the other side of Jupiter, which is the Pisces side, which is just my intuition and shit. And that's what I use to, and that's why Pisces is, because it's Neptune. It's all about using your intuition. In essence, a Pisces could be a very potent practitioner, but very delusional. Your Neptune sign can tell you how to channel magic and your imagination in this lifetime. That's what I mean. You wouldn't know the difference if you're not grounded. It also can provide shadow work around self-sacrifice and addiction. There you go. Find your Neptune placement in your birth chart and match it to the following list. Alright, so that's what we're going to have to face. That's what we'll have to face, is addictions, I guess. How I channel magic and my imagination in this lifetime. I feel like I'm already dealing with that. I already know how to channel it. The imagination is, you know what I mean, that's the creation, and that's where I sit in the cosmic void, and I don't just create out of my mind's desires. In the essence, to get this far, you don't desire the things of this world. You're past it. So what I'll create is the vision of what God wants for his, as I've already seen to you, what am I supposed to do with my future? I'm supposed to create these fucking communities of God before I leave. That's my destiny. I mean, yeah, I'm supposed to get married and have kids and shit, but it's ultimately to teach the ascension and create these new, in God's words, to bring back the Garden of Eden. Create his, you know what I mean? Create heaven on earth for his people. It's a lot of work, and that's why I have this next post that I can't wait. It's like, it's really gonna hurt my feelings if I get all my shit together and then it's the end of the world. I'm really only supposed to do that. As soon as I'm done, I'm done. If I even got it done sooner, they said I could leave sooner. I'm only here to fix shit. Get it all going, and then I'm out. It's a job. I'm here for a job. I have a purpose, bro. It's to build God's kingdom. Rebuild his kingdom. That's it. And clean up my mess, and I'm out of here, bro. And that's why it's like, don't rush this. I'm not rushing winning the lottery and starting to dig in the dirt. The sooner the kingdom's built, the sooner I leave. And in essence, it's not that easy. It's not one kingdom. It's not one place. It's restoring the kingdom all over the place, bro. It's bringing everybody back to oneness. It's going to take a lot of work. Got a lot of years on the clock to do it. But that's what it is. And then you get to the next place of Pluto, which is the end. It's literally the end. I'm back. I'm done. Misalignment can manifest physically, so that uneasy feeling in the pit of your stomach. And that's where I've had Azrael come and visit me. All of them come and visit me and talk to me about the end. And it's like we're almost there. Time flies, guys. Time flies. You don't realize it. It goes by so fast. I can keep telling you I'm here for 55 years, but in the blink of an eye, you'll be gone or I'll be gone before it's over. So fast. Pluto can sense this and likes to break down and remove what no longer serves you. It teaches us that beginnings are endings, and endings are intrinsically tied together. It is the natural cycle of life. Hidden wealth, inheritance, debt, and are also part of Pluto, indicating changes in this area of the life. Allow this transformative wave to pass over you. It will wash away the shadows that have held you back from activating your light. Greco-Roman mythology, Pluto was the lord of the underworld and hidden wealth, also known as Hades in Greece. He presided over Earth's lower realms and the rich gems, mineral, and... So I want to point out, this whole thing is based on Roman mythology, Roman and Greek mythology. But we could easily go and move this over to another, you know what I mean? What you would say is mythology. We can change this planet, you know what I mean? So we say that, you know, Zeus, Hades, and fucking Poseidon rule over these planets. But we can easily, which I'm going to teach you, is so did the Egyptians, so did the Nordics, so did the Africans. They all were placed in the sky. Each of those planets represent a god in everybody's culture. And everybody's culture has a god. It's not, they're all part of God. And everybody said, well, if you don't pray to my God, then you're ungodly. There's too many gods, bro. What about the goddess? Does that make you any better to pray to the goddess and leave out God? That's where all this happened. And why God brought us all here. Anyways, Hades in Greece. He presided over Earth's lower realms and the rich gems, minerals, and metals found in the ground. Pluto is the planetary ruler of the fixed water sign of Scorpio. Scorpio rules alchemy, sex, death, rebirth, psychology, the occult, secrets, and transformation. Hey, Hades, Wolfman, do you want to tell them you want to tell them what's in your 8th house? Would that be Scorpio? That's what I said, and that's why I'm dealing with them. Endings and regeneration. I'm dealing with what? Adam and Hades. Life and death. You don't get it. You just see the people. You see the outside. You don't see the intricate play that God is playing out here. I'm showing you just with the people in my life, but I promise you the people in your life are just part of a play. It's the Matrix isn't real. It's as real as you create with your mind, bro, and that's where I try to teach you. We're creating a different world in our mind. Rather than following the mass conscious of everybody else that believes this is the world we live in and this is how it should be. We're going to change how it should be based on seeing something better. And by doing that, this ends. And then what? According to this, we're back in heaven on earth. It's each individual takes this journey, bro. It's an individual journey, and I walk you through it, through the days of the week and through the stages. And as these planets affect me, I show you. So, on Monday, Moon Day, we're in our mind and our emotions, our intuition. On a Tuesday, we're in Mars. And that's how you're getting these tarot cards, right? So you're in what? Cancer? You're in your feelings? I forgot who else is ruled by the moon. So in your tarot, you're not supposed to be seeing the signs. You're supposed to be seeing the planets, Wolfman. I'm not here to make you look stupid. I didn't mean to do that since the beginning. But I know I make you look stupid when I come out and tell the truth. And that's why people get very offended with me. We were supposed to learn this together instead of me showing you that I know more. You challenged my knowing. So now you have to know the truth. That you didn't know anything. And I'm only here to teach you and everybody. But you do know some things that you're not telling. And you were here to teach those things too. But that involves you facing your fears and coming clean. That involves you facing your shadows. You can't get to my level until you've faced all of these in your chart. You actually have to know a bit of astrology. You definitely, if you don't know a shit about astrology, you got to know how these planets are moving in the sky. You have to know when they're moving around us, because they're literally... So here we are, and all these planets are about to move around a parade. I'll find the post and post it right after this of which planets are coming in our sky. When they come through, imagine a laser beam of energy. It's not even that. It's the activation. It turns on a light inside of you. We're made up of these planets, bro. And when they go by the energy, they, you know what I mean? It sends off a sonar. It lights us up. When Saturn goes by, it's going to light us up, bro. It's going to hit us with our age, our reality, our limitations, bro. Our beliefs. When fucking Mars goes by, it's going to give us all kinds of energy and makes it want us act and do some shit. When Venus comes by, you're either going to be full of love or you're going to be feeling really loveless. When Jupiter comes by, you're going to be feeling, you know what I mean? Like you can do anything, or there's a, you know what I mean? It just depends, and that's those chakras that are blocked up. There's a lot more to what I do than what I teach. And I'm here just to teach you all how to do it. Hey, I love you guys. Tomorrow is Wednesday. It's Mercury Day. We'll be using communication and speeches, telling information, stuff like that. Speaking, that's a throat chakra. Huh? Would you? Ooh, it's a test. This is a test of the broadcast system. Oh, okay, they're going to test you to make sure you stay in honors?
That or I move up in the very rare case.
In the very rare case. To honors 2?
Yeah, which is with what's after freshman?
Juniors?
Yeah.
No, sophomores. Yeah, because it goes freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. Interesting. Take it easy. I thought it was super funny. Did you guys hear that? I posted it yesterday. It was like her first day of school. She joined the military and a weightlifting class. That's my daughter. That's my girl. Actually, she's a they, so I guess I was supposed to say that's my boy. I don't know. Whatever she wants. I just was laughing about it. I was like, yeah, of course. And we cut her hair we gave her that military man cut that she wanted. The lady asked me, she's like, do you like it? I told her straight to her face, it's not that I don't like your work. I just don't like the haircut she chose. But I don't have to like it. As long as she likes it, then I like what you've done for her and made her happy. She's like, you don't like it? I was like, I'd like her to have long, pretty hair and be all girly. No, but she makes it look good, doesn't she? And I just walked away. It's like, I don't have to like this. I never liked it when she showed it to me. I'm just supporting her likes. I don't like your hairdo. And she looks good in it. And that's where it is. It doesn't matter. If I don't like it, she makes it better. Nobody. Hey, also, new moon, 23rd. Release perfectionism. That's rigidity. That's what I was working on. Can't be your way. It can't always be perfect, dude. It can't be in the perfect scheme of things, in the perfect way of life. I want this to work out perfectly. I want it to just, everything to be perfect. No. It's going to be messy. It's going to be messy. You have to leave room for the mess. Otherwise, you're never going to get, it's just going to be too messy for you to deal with. You have to leave room. Perfectionism, thinking your idea of what perfect is going to get you fucked up. And as I see this, I see Kobe. Kobe, I think Kobe said he was a Virgo. He's a perfectionist. It had to be his way, only his way, and there was nothing, it could only be that way. It had to be nothing less than perfect. It had to be structured the way that he thought was perfect. But what he thought was perfect wasn't perfect. It was perfect for him. You know what I mean? He built that structure within himself of perfectionism and kept striving for something. And that's where it had to be broken here. We're not striving for perfection, bro. We're striving to be better. That's good enough. That's too much. I can't be perfect. I'm not going to try because I'll keep failing. I'll fail at perfection. At being better, I can be better. But asking everything to be perfect when the time is perfect, my mom died with that concept one day. She died with this concept of one day. One day we can do this. One day we'll do this. One day I'll do this. One day. She was waiting for that one day when everything was fucking perfect. One day I'll wear... She had so many of these new clothes she never wore. One day I'll go out and I'll wear these. She never went out, so she never fucking wore them. One day we'll do this. You know, she had all this jewelry she never wore. One day I'm going to put on this makeup. You know, she'd buy shoes. We had the same size shoes. She'd have me break them in, and one day she would wear them. She was waiting for this perfect day to come. To dress up perfectly and enjoy the day. She never got that day. She died and all the tags were still on all of that shit. She was waiting, she was preparing for a day instead of just enjoying her days. She could have wore it like I did. You know what I mean? Just be perfect at home doing nothing. Just be a perfect mess. Just dress up, put your makeup on, be pretty. Wear your makeup, wear your jewelry. Just be beautiful. Be fucking June Cleaver. Just sit there and clean the house perfectly beautiful. She just didn't. You're waiting for everything to be right for you to make a move. Nah, bro, it's not gonna be perfect. You know, when I'm right and when you're right, then we'll get this right. Bro, when is that gonna happen? Not even you. I don't even look at you. When you're right, if I looked at my own self and say, dude, I don't know when I'll be right. I'm getting it right, but it's gonna be messy along the way. I'm never gonna be perfect. I'm just going to keep getting better. And that's where it is. You have this idea of what a perfect mother is, a perfect relationship, a perfect job, a perfect, you know, if I had all this, this would be perfect. It's lies. I promise you. You spend your whole life trying to get that idea of perfection, and then it's gone. As I see this, I see Kanye and Kim. They had the perfect life, bro. Seems like it. It all seems perfect on the outside, but why weren't they happy? Why wasn't it enough for them? If it wasn't enough for them, why do we think it's enough for us? You look at Lewis, dude. I do. For a long time. He's got everything. There's nothing that man can't have in this world. Just like him. There's nothing. Kanye, no. Kanye lost his ability to have everything. Running his mouth like that. Being disrespectful to everybody. But there's not a person in this world that Lewis can't call and open doors that none of us could ever open. He owns everything that any person, you know, he has all the material wealth that a person would want. And he's beautiful. He's successful. He's extremely talented at everything he does. You think he's perfect. He gives off this perfectionism. But why isn't he happy? If his life was so perfect, he'd be happy. He's striving for the perfect life. But even then, it's like, is there such a thing? Especially you get it fucked up with these celebrities. You think just because they have all the things you don't, that they have a perfect life. Perfect wife, a perfect, you know, a perfect way of living. It's not true. There's no such thing. We just kind of give our ideas that there is such a thing, but it's not. Who do you think has it good? You want to be like them? Do you know them? You know them to be happy, or they perceive themselves to be happy? They look happy on the outside. Are they successful enough that they're, you know, retired? They can enjoy their lives, or they're still working real hard to maintain that life, and they're still very competitive, and they're still part of the same world as us? They still have to, you know what I mean? And then it goes back to that, what is perfect? Where you don't have to do laundry anymore, where somebody fucking cleans your house and cooks your food for you, where you no longer have to work anymore. You could just sit around doing nothing for the rest of your fucking life. Is that perfect? What is perfect? That's what we're facing in the Virgo season, is our perfectionism. How we put this structure on people and ourselves of what we think is perfect. It's the perfect meal. Really? What makes it perfect? In the essence, it's like you can't take two flavors and say one's better than the other when they're complete opposite flavors. And there's no such thing. It's the perfect square. That's what Metatron's showing me. He said, all right, here comes the science. Science is saying, Metatron is saying that math and shapes are perfect because it's perfect certainty. Okay, that perfectly doesn't make sense to me, but sure. In the essence, I guess you can't change something that solid. So unless you're a square or a circle or a number, you're not so perfect. That's what he's saying. Hey, that's what we got. I'll catch you guys later. Later, Saters.